Record to the cloud. I probably got to get off of here at 2:15. I got a 3 o'clock appointment. I just want to make sure I have enough time to get to. While I'm sharing the screen, does anybody have any questions to the activities that I gave you? Anything that we went over last week?
Did you record it? I didn't get I didn't get sent the cloud recording if you recorded it.
Gotcha. Could you do me a favor, Kate? Can you send the Zoom recording to Frank?
Which Zoom for Frank?
The one on Monday, the one I did Monday night. All right, I gotta make sure which one I'm on here. I think it was this one. Yeah. Need a PDF. All right, you guys got your books in front of you? All right, great. So here. I think I'm on page 17. Perfect. All right, were there any ahas? Was there any revelations that you guys had? Anything you guys ran into, any roadblocks? Really? I'm kind of curious to see what you guys have been writing down then.
Anything that came up, like roadblocks wise, there was just me, you, and Ken on there. It basically got answered. The biggest one was that direct and indirect thing that we talked about.
Gotcha.
But that got squashed right away. So,
all right. So when we get to Friday, this is going to be a recap. I'm expecting all these activities to be done. I'm expecting you to write everything out. What were your strengths and all that, how other people think about you? Because like I said, it's about doing these activities at 100%. And that's why this is such a tough course. Okay. Because like I said, you got to do the groundwork. If you can't do the groundwork, when you put those pillars up in the roof, it's just going to fall over. It's just going to fall down and you're going to blame something else. All right. So I'm going to widescreen this. Well, there we go. All right. Collecting what others say. You can never underestimate the power of third-party endorsement. This is huge. Give me an example of third-party endorsement.
We recommend the lender.
Recommend a lender, but how about when somebody recommends you? How about when somebody gives feedback? And that's why we're kind of getting away from the, hey, you can use my name and number. I'd rather have a statement from you. Like, why would you use me again? What was so powerful? And that's why the third party goes so much further. So if you go back to that one document where we had, hey, my realtor came from recommendation, that's a third party, So, all right, presenting to potential customers what others say about you is a tremendous way of underscoring your validity. Again, this goes back to your database with the bullseye. You want those people in the bullseye. And that's why the bullseye is the smallest area, because there's only so many people that are willing to be your cheerleaders. But imagine if your database, your bullseye was now this big. Like your other rings are going to be bigger. That's great. But your bullseye is now this big compared to like that big. Which one do you want? And this goes back to you talking to people. Then it goes into a statement from Rich. He basically was quoted saying the customer wants to be confident about your value. If a third party conveys that value with integrity, you've got a new customer. So that's why it's like on our end, when we're recommending somebody like a vendor, we tell them a good story about it and we let them know when they're going to call them. Same thing if your client called you or your family member called you, if they told you, let's role play this real quick.
Okay.
Ring.
Hello.
Yo, Frank, how you doing, buddy?
Yo, what's going on, Mike?
Hey, hate the body. I know you're busy, but I got a guy. He's a good friend of mine. He's bought and sold some properties and he's looking for a duplex, and he's looking to buy a duplex, but he wants to know what the best ways to do it. How do you want me to give you his name and number?
Yeah. Give me his name and number. I'm going to reach out to him right now.
Great. I'll give it to you. It's 555-1212. His name is John Smith.
Awesome. Thanks a lot, Mike.
All right. I'll talk to you later.
All right. Thanks. Bye.
What did Frank do wrong? Anybody?
Didn't ask.
Go ahead, Frank.
I could have asked you if you needed anything else from me.
No.
No.
What am I looking for?
How can he help you?
What?
How can he help you?
No. Did you tell them about me, Frank?
What did you tell me?
Yeah, what did you tell them about me? Could you do me a favor? Could you call them back and let them know that I'll be calling them at 1 o'clock, or did you give them a warm welcome about me? Did you tell
Okay.
them anything about me? Any of my strong points? You want that third party. So even though you got their contact information, focus on what that conversation was like, how they presented you. And if you need them to call them back to give you a warm welcome, tell them why you're a great real estate agent, do it. Okay.
Awesome.
All right. So how to collect a testimonial. Think of somebody that you've done business with, that you have a great relationship with, but you don't have a testimonial from them. Can anybody name somebody that you did an unbelievable job? Doesn't have to be real estate, could be anything.
I mean, I just got a testimonial from Richie's,
Right.
and then Nancy Oliva gave me a really nice one too.
But the one that didn't give you a testimonial yet,
I did ask for one.
but name someone that, think of someone that loves you, love what you did, but didn't give you a testimonial. Get out your cell phone, call them, leave a message. And that's what Caitlin does behind the scenes. When you guys have a settlement, she sends a feedback form out there. So when it comes to real estate, when you did a good job with a settlement, make sure you let them know that a feedback form is coming. Hey, give us some feedback, or what did you feel about it? You guys should be doing it through the transactions. And the people that are not doing transactions right now, if you have a current client, and you're not getting them under contract, this is a perfect time to ask for feedback, because then you're going to find out a disconnect of why they're not putting offers in and why they're not liking stuff, or what are they second guessing. So even though you're asking for the feedback on the good things, hey, if you're not getting somebody under contract, ask them for the feedback, because I guarantee you, they'll probably open up to you. Ask them if they mind jotting down a few words about you. Like, what were the strong points of how you closed their deal? You know? Yeah, the other stuff you can read, it's not a big deal. If you love, jot down. But it's about what were the big things that, that helped me, or that what did you like about our services? What are our strong points? And you can flip that coin too. You can ask them, hey, if you had to do this transaction over, is there anything that we could have done different? That's a powerful one. If you can do that and subconsciously take it without sweating, and then, take it without pushing the blame on somebody else, that's great. I jotted some information down. Think of the last time you used a stranger vendor, someone that you've never used before. Then a family member, or the last person used before. Oh, wait. Okay. I got it now. So think of somebody that you used, that you had somebody in that profession in your family. Let's focus on real estate. Okay. You're a real estate agent. You go to John. John already told you he has a cousin that's in real estate, but he used you. Okay. Now I'm going to flip that coin a little bit, right? Have you ever used a vendor that was already in your family? So let's say your cousin, your uncle does insurance. They work for Mutual, whatever, for Liberty Mutual, but you decide to use a total stranger from Allstate. Have you ever done something like that? So nobody's ever used a strange vendor that they had a person in that occupation in their family.
Not personally, no.
Okay. That's loyalty. But believe it or not, people are out there. People do that because guess what? That vendor probably showed more value than using that person. Let me ask you this question. On a flip side of that, have you ever used somebody in your family that you would probably never use again after using them? No one?
In there. My family's all blue and white collar. They don't
Okay.
not in like any like sales or anything like that.
Loyalty. I like that. How about you?
I mean, I got used to.
We know Ken stabbed somebody in the back.
Well, Ken used me. He had a family member that's a realtor.
Really good?
Yeah.
Look, shit.
All right, but keep that in mind because what's going to happen is here's the thing. If you're going on a listing appointment and they basically say, hey, I'm going to use my family member who's already in the business, how are you going to overcome that? You know,
Show my
are you just
value.
going to accept it? Oh, I would never do that. Oh, I'm going to back off. I'm going to back off. I'm not going to take this listing appointment. Are you going to do that?
Nope.
And this is what I mean about
I was gonna
outside
say
the box.
you could ask him like, well, if he or she's an agent, well, I kind of specialize in the area you're looking for. Where do they kind of do a lot of their work?
There you go. You're what you're doing is you're showing kinks in their armor. Where's your person work? Oh, he works in Brigantine. Mom, you're selling a house in Philadelphia. Let me help you here. I can do this for you. I know the area. But Jack, let me ask you this question. If he has if he's selling a property at 19154 and he works at 1954, how are you going to overcome that?
Wait, so the guy works at 19154, and
Yeah,
he's looking
the
to buy near
That's
that.
the agent. He works in the 19154 area, and the listing.
Oh,
is
so
gonna
they
work.
work in this. Got it. Well, I mean, like you kind of like what Ken was saying from a while back. He's like, I mean, not for anything, but going through this whole process, your family's going to learn a lot about your own finances. Make a joke out of it, not for anything, but I wouldn't want my cousin knowing how much, I want to spend and all that. I've had to deal with that before. You can make up some story. And, and then right away they might, but then you bring it back and say, hey, well, you know what? I think it's great that you're working with your uncle, but, still, I think there could be, you could just, I don't know, bring it back.
You're on the
try
right
not to, 'cause
plateau.
I don't want to talk bad about them.
No, you're on the right plateau. Yeah, you don't want to talk about negative, and that's why I threw that exercise at you. I'm like, if you were that you needed insurance, whether you're proud of your finances, you're not proud of your finances, are you really sticking with your family member no matter what, or are you going to see if there's any better options out there? Loyalty, I get it. You want to give all family members business. I totally agree with that. But then it's going to be based on, hey, if I use that person before, am I really going to use them again? And the reason I want you to use both sides of the coins, because you're in sales right now, you're going to come across people that know every single person. I don't care who they are. They know in their database, whether it's their phone book, their phone or their Facebook, they're going to know 3 realtors at least. So you have to convince them to use you, let alone, hey, a close friend or even a family member who's a realtor. And that's where that's where the USP comes.
Yeah. I was also going to say too, Mike, even my friend was saying, he's like, one of the other things that you need to leverage is the fact that you're on a team. Their cousin might not be on a team. Right. So you're connected. You could say, oh, well, I'm going to be honest with you. I have, not only do I have buyers myself, but I have 7 other agents on our team with buyers. So, that'll even help, get the house or the home sold faster.
Well,
So
that's what the next page comes up to, the powerful positioning. Okay. And Jack says it right there. You got to position yourself now. You have to basically, say, hey, right now you're here, but how do I get here? And it's all about showing your value proposition, beefing it up, not lying, but this goes back to the stuff, like I said before, the golden letter, the promise, when you're meeting people, first impressions are everything. So if I'm meeting somebody and I'm in a t-shirt, I'm in cutoffs and I'm smoking a cigar, or I'm drinking a beer, I guarantee you my conversation better be spot on. But here's the thing. Say I'm in a suit, I'm freshly dressed, I got my stuff going on, but I can't answer a question from them. I don't even know how to talk about real estate, or I just don't want to be, I think I'm too good for them. Do you think they're going to use me? So again, it's about what you offer. Okay. So yeah, the cover might catch somebody's attention, but it's what's in the book that counts. But the whole point is you got to get them to open the book, because if they're just judging the book by a cover, you might lose unless you can unless you can shine. So then they, did I miss the other steps? Huh, that's weird. They go into, I don't see step 1 and step 2 on here. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. So to go at the bottom of the page, you have to define your customer service. Okay. You can use the team's customer service. You can use your own customer service. Or the promise. Depending on your buyer consult or your listing presentation or your pre-listing questions, mirror and match, focus on their needs, not their wants. Needs first, then wants. Creating your value proposition by transforming service offerings into benefits. I took this class many, many moons ago. It's called Floyd Wickman's at Sweathawks. It basically told us every single way how to lead gen and how to be a master at everything. We may not use all the tools. We may never door knock. We may never do open houses, whatever. But if I wanted to do one, I know how to do one and I know how to do one efficiently. It's like being in the military. They qualify you on every single weapon. But if I'm going to be in the tank division, I'm never going to use, I don't know, I may never use a long range rifle. But at least this way I know how to. So once you conform your benefits to that conversation of that client, that consumer, they're going to see how well you listen to them. Now, creating your unique selling proposition by combining the validity of the services and your value proposition. Okay, so we already know our value proposition, but here what we're doing is now we're listening to their needs. We're listening to their wants of what they want. We're creating our unique sales proposition because even though we have their needs, they need at least a 3-bedroom. They need at least 2 full bathrooms. They need a garage because of the 57 Chevy. But their wants is like, look, I would love to have a 5-bedroom. But then that unique sales proposition is going to come in because you're going to be honest with them. It's like, look, there's really nothing in your area on that, but I can definitely find you a 4-bedroom that has a finished basement. And then another thing could be the showing instructions. Like they can only get, I can't get out there until after 6. Oh no, we specialize in night showings. No, we're available for you. You know, so it all depends on what you can offer them. Okay. And that becomes unique compared to what everybody else can do. Okay. All right. I got to do a flip. Boop. All right. Defining your customer service. What services do you offer your customers? Your customer service offering includes the real estate relevant phrases that you listed earlier as part of your personal validity, the services that you offer to your buyers and sellers, and characteristics about how you work. Okay. So this goes back to exactly what I just said before. What are you offering your customers as a base? And then do you add stuff to it? You know, hey, I also specialize in short sales. Oh, I specialize in relocation moves. Oh, you're coming from Florida? We get estimates for movers for you, all that good stuff. Okay. Think outside the box. Think as if you were that person that was selling and it's in another state. What would you be worried about? And then you're going to say, no, we offer that. You know, what services do buyers want? Again, you want to focus. You want to put yourself in their shoes. If I'm buying a house, like if I know I'm talking to this buyer who's looking to buy in the Mount Laurel area, say I want to buy in the Mount Laurel area. What are my major concerns? Pre-approval, down money, interest rates. What do the houses look like out there? Sale prices. I know I'm going vague, but I'm just getting you pre-gamed of what to expect. And that's why it's so important to get as much information as possible on that initial phone call before you do the buyer consult. So when defining your customer service package, think about what your buyers say that they want from you. Not only what they're looking for in a house, but what they're expecting from you. Jack, what do you think they would be expecting from you as a buyer?
Like in general, like if they decided to, you know, wait, say it again.
Yeah. What if they're going to use you as an agent, what would they
Mhm.
expect from you?
Well, I mean, I obviously I think they'd expect for you to make sure that they get whatever they're looking for is adequately, like understood. Like if they're looking for something, you're showing them stuff that at least is in the right thing. You're not showing them something that is maybe too overpriced, or like you're giving them like that,
They want to look for.
yeah. And you're kind of looking out for them.
So when
You're
they
not
get
just
that
like-
Zillow, when they've already been pre-approved for 300,000, but when they send you that listing for 340, they know that you're going to say, hey, look, this is a little bit out of your price range here. Or let's say that they need at least 1,500 square feet interior square footage, but the property they sent you from Zillow only has 1,000. They're expecting you to come to them and say, hey, look, I got this listing here. There's a reason why we didn't send it to you. You said you wanted a minimum of 1,500. It's like, yeah, we need 1,500. Well, this one's only got 1,000. Oh my God, dude, thanks for telling me. If I would have went all the way to Chalfont for that one property, 45 minutes away, that would have pissed me off. Thanks, man. I really love that.
Yeah, and you know what too? The big thing I've noticed is just like being able to get on the MLS, like because they'll be like, oh, look at this house on Zillow. I'm like, well, you know what? Let me take a look at it first.
And that's why our
you go on Zillow,
so-
That's
the
why I
whole
push
thing.
that app.
And that's why
Yeah.
you got to push the app, because what happens is they have access to our MLS now, to a minor point of it, but they have access. They're going to get more information on our app than they're going to get anywhere else. And the way you explain it to them is like, look, you can still look on Zillow when you want, but if you want accurate information, you need to use my app. My app is tied into the MLS. We have updated information. You're not going to get properties that are off the market. So if you look at the bottom, and again, this was based on 2006, what do home buyers want from an agent? So back in 2006, about 50 of them, I guess this is done in percentages. Well, anyway, help finding them the right home to purchase, help them negotiate the terms of sale, help determining what comparables sell for, help price negotiating, help with paperwork. So in today's, it's basically almost the same thing, except for helping to find the right purchase is actually second to understanding the process. They don't understand the process and they want to be educated in the real estate world. Believe it or not, that came about. All right. So the next one here, and then they go into sellers. So we're going to flip that. All right. What do sellers want? According to NAR, the profile is selling the home within a specific time frame, finding the right home for the buyer, marketing to potential buyers, pricing home competitively, finding ways to sell their house for more. These are all off. What do you think the number one is?
Get them the most money.
Most money, less time frame, as is stress-free. They basically wanted a stress-free process. That was a new one. They really didn't care about finding the right buyer for their house. It was very low. And marketing and all that pricing, that was all down. So you got to understand your market. You got to understand what people are looking for. All right. So this goes back into, let's see, y'all. Should be a button where you could just flip them all. All right. So what services do you offer? The services that you offer buyers and sellers most likely includes analyzing helping seller clarify the motivating reason why to sell. So if you guys, if you've read our pre-listing questions, this is it. Okay. Everything in here is on our pre-listing questions. Determining price, how they came up with their price. They look on Zillow. Advising on repairs and improvements. That goes back to on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best. How would you rate your house? 10. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. To 7. What would make it a 10? You know, developing a marketing plan. That's in our flyer, right? Evaluating our offers. We're skilled negotiators. You know, we're going to get them the best deal. Negotiating counter offers, that's the same thing. Preparing post-contract work list and advising repairs. We do that. Everything on here we do, and probably more. Let me ask you this question. You can use the teams, that's fine. But do you have anything that you can bring to the table that your typical either new or experienced agent can offer? Do you have something that nobody else can offer? What do you think would be a powerful thing to to have that an experienced agent might not have. And I'm not saying the 24/7, that is a good one, but how about bilingual? How about maybe your previous job that you were in the banking department? You have access to hard money lenders. Or you have a database of contractors that can come in and fix up their property at a low price. Find out what your niche is, and then that's what's going to help you take it to the next level. Okay, so what do you offer? Tell me, I got to flip this again. All right. Itemize the services that you offer on the following page. Include relevant real estate phrases that you specify in step 1. Some of the customer service that you excel in, and any other relevant aspects of working with you. Don't worry about the benefits of these services or about making these unique for now. You'll do that later. For now, concentrate on your list. There is no correct number to list. Just make it a list that you find interesting. One of the things that we also do is a team video. If you want to video yourself doing this, like we were thinking about creating this on our page. So we have about 7 or 8 of us, and say we're doing a buyer consult or we're showing what happens when you go to buyers. We have Kelly out there showing homes. We have Susie in here writing the contracts. We have Kate over here doing the marketing. Then we have Ken pop in and shows them what happens during a home inspection. I come in and tell them what happens on an appraisal. Megan, title, and then we finish up with the closing. We could do something. It's all about being creative, thinking outside the box, but thinking of something that would intrigue someone to watch and maybe share. You know how many times that you guys share videos of other people? Well, how about you making a video? And how many people do you think would share that if it was in regards to real estate? So just food for thought on that one. But I love that idea of doing a team video, and it's in the book. I got a lot of ideas. All right. Any questions so far? I know I've been talking fast. All right, cool. All right. What do I do for? So the exercise from the first page that's where you write everything on your services. All right. Creating your value proposition by transforming service offerings into benefits. So people buy benefits. That's 100% true, because if it's about the package deal, what am I getting for this? People don't mind spending money as long as they know what they're getting is well worth it. If they can see more value in what they're getting, they don't care what they pay for. Okay, believe it or not. So, and I'm going to give you a perfect example. So about 2 years ago, we had a French drain system put in, and a couple companies I brought out $15,000, $16,000. I'm like, Jesus Christ, there ain't no way I'm paying 60, but it was top-notch stuff. I mean, I would have got, dry lock, French drain, blah, blah, blah. So I'm talking to my buddy at Scar Shop. He's like, Mike, I'm a master plumber. I could do it for you for $4,000, but it's not going to be a top job. I'm going to put a French drain in for you. I'm going to do a trough system. I'm going to put a sump pump in for you. I'm like, deal, I'm in. So about $3,500, $4,000 later, it's in there. But let's say I'm not really too happy with the service. Let's go back to that same scenario. But say I wanted it done the right way because the township says I have to have it done by a licensed person. And this person comes in and he's like, look, Mike, yeah, I understand what your guy's going to do. He's going to do it for $4,000. He's going to come in with a jackhammer, a saw. You're going to have dust everywhere. You're going to have to clean up the shit. You might not have any issues, but it's going to be messy. But here's the deal. If you're going to make this in a rental, you're going to have all new concrete. You're going to have a French drain system put in. You're going to have the water backing system. It's going to fall right into the French drain. And we offer a 25-year guarantee warranty on it that's transferable.
Sold.
Right? Hands-free, don't have to worry about anything. And then you're going to see the benefit with that. But like I said, it all depends at that time period. Are you hitting that person when they're in need and not of want? And if I'm in need of somebody, I'm stuck. Like if I'm getting a divorce, I got to sell my house. But maybe I want to sell a house, but it's based on my conditions. But if you wow me with your benefits, I'm like, oh no, I got you. You're my guy. But if I need somebody because I'm getting a divorce, I'm stuck. I got to use whoever I got to use. And then I got to be on them. Well, clean up that shit. Do that shit. You know? And you're going to see that when it comes into real estate. And when you're talking to people, you're going to see, do they need it or do they want it? But at the same time, if they're ever complaining about your commission, your benefits suck right off the bat. I've sold houses that were $500,000, $600,000 at 6%. But it all depends on what your benefit is, you know? All right. So go ahead and read that on your own about transforming your value proposition. And then Rick also had, it was an OP at one of the market centers. He basically says your value proposition is multifaceted and like several points of a star. Each point should show your service to the customer. The customer shouldn't have any great, but go silent. And that's what we want. We want the jaw drop open look like, yeah, we're going to list with you. Yeah, you're the man. So here's the thing. It's not about lowering your commission. It's not about kissing their ass. It's exactly what he says. Your star, your 5 points, your 5 strengths. What are your 5 strengths? And guess what? Believe it or not, your 5 strengths are going to be different on the next listing appointment, on the next listing appointment, and on the buyer consult. It's going to be the next one. Because where do your 5 strengths come from? Listening. When you're talking to somebody, whether they're doing a buyer consult or you're talking to somebody to do a listing presentation, you're finding what their needs and their wants are. And guess what? You just became strong in those areas because you're listening, you're mirroring and matching. You're listening to them and you're not over speaking them. You're not saying, oh no, we're going to do it this way. Now, if it's something obviously that they're doing wrong, then you're going to tell them. But if they're, Mike, I just want someone to market my property. I got a beautiful, we're going to do video. We're going to do it your own. Mike, I don't want anybody to do, not marketing is nothing. I would just want to know how you're going to sell. We don't do marketing. We hire someone to do marketing and they do a drone, they do a video, but we concentrate on talking to agents. We concentrate on finding who is buying in this area and we call them directly. Damn, you're my guy. You're the guy. You're the guy who's answering my questions. All right, perfect. And that's what you want to be. You want to be that guy that I got 5 other appointments. Hold on. I'm going to cancel them right now and I'm going to sign with you. All right, great. And that's why it's a benefit sometimes to have listing contracts with you and get them signed right then and there instead of them, wait a minute, what did I just sign? What did I just agree to? But yeah, that's what it's about. And it's funny too, because I use this on my wife. I'm like, picture dating. What was your significant other's 5 strengths that sold you on her? Now let's keep this PG, but you got to think of it that way. Like if I bought a car, what was the 5 things I focused on that? What was the 5 things I focused on when I met her at the bar or when I first dated her? You know, go back to that, you know, and then use that in sales.
Got it.
They were recording this. HR will be in contact with me.
If you guys want printed listing contracts, let me know. Come in, pick them up.
Yeah, we can actually email them. We can PDF them to you. Yeah, sure, without a doubt. Yep, and we can print them up for you if
Okay,
you need them. Yep, just to have in a car. It's funny that she says that because we used to do that back in 2000. I used to have file folders in the trunk. Yeah, right? We used to have carbon copies. We used to steal them from the office and put them in. We had buyer agency contracts. We had the agreement of sales. We had the consumer notice. We had it all ready to go.
Lock
right.
them up.
All right. So on the back, they give you an example of value proposition. So what your services could be, and then the benefits. Okay. So most likely they're probably going to have you do an exercise based on that. So, but they're giving you examples of my services, and then you're going to turn in them your benefits. The next page after that is a list of stuff that they didn't cover. And you can use that as well. Accessible, accurate, adept, aggressive, blah, blah, blah. And then, yep, exactly. So there's the exercise for you guys. Here's a little workout sheet. All right. And then from that, it's going to give you another exercise. So select one of your benefits, share that benefit with us or with somebody else, revise a benefit, and then share your revised benefit with the class, you know, depending on what their feedback is, you know, what their pros and cons, you know, any questions on that? All right. All right, this one I gotta flip. All right, last step, step 5, creating your unique selling proposition by combining validity, services, and your value proposition. This is the end of the boring part. This is putting everything together. This is putting you as the super agent out there, you know? So unless you're walking around the world with a billboard, I am a realtor, you know? You need to be talking to people. But here's the thing, it's like running for office. I know for a fact that everything I probably recorded, said over the years, I'll never be able to run for office without getting killed. Killed. Shit would be coming out of my closet faster than the Niagara Falls. But here's the deal. People are researching you. People, because of what's on social media, Facebook, LinkedIn, they're out there. And believe it or not, most likely somebody else knows about you. Oh, what do you think of this person? You know, matter of fact, that gives me an idea. I got to write something down before I forget about it. All right. So keep that in mind when you're out at Live Xfinity and you're hitting on a chick and you're making an ass of yourself, or you're doing a TikTok when you're drunk. That shit's out there, brother. If you're in sales, you're going to get hit. So just keep in mind, people are watching, you know. All right. So your unique selling proposition is unique, memorable, persuasive statement that expresses the true value of working with you. It's your advanced presentation, and it's what gets your foot in the door. This is important. It's always about getting your foot in the door because you want to know what to say on the phone. You want to get that appointment. Once you get that appointment, then that's a whole new thing. Like don't talk about commission on the phone. Court, that's negotiable. We'll talk about that when we get there, when I see your property. It's all about getting to the table. It should set you apart, allowing you to position yourself in the market. You can take different strategies in marketing your statement unique. Unique, as Dave Jang says, doesn't necessarily mean that no one has ever done it. You just did it a different way, okay? And it's maybe different from somebody else. So, Paul, if 20 people, 20 agents in your office decide to go to Bold and they get all these scripts for expireds and they're reading from their script, I saw that you took your property off the market. I'm calling to see if you are putting your house back on the market, or, you know, how long, whatever. Paul, if everybody reads this script, the 19th person that calls, what do you think that seller's doing?
Saying you sound like the previous 18 and hang up.
Yeah, exactly. You have to change it up. You have to be different. And there's times where you're going to get frustrated and you're really going to change it up. But that's the whole point. Make it unique. Make it unique, but sound professional. If you knew that you were going to get 17 phone calls and they were all the same, but that 18th person that called you, what would he have to say for you to give him an appointment? You know? So your statement should be unique by presenting a truthfully different and unique service. Something different from what the Bold people are doing. Tweaking a service. Don't tell them that their house was taken off the market. I saw that you took your house off the market. Oh, we can get your property sold. When are you interviewing agents? All about changing it up. When you list with me, I'm going to sell your property. Why are you selling your property to begin with? That's it. Yeah, where you want to go.
That's my,
You know?
that's my FISBO line. I said, I'm not even here to help you sell your property. We're gonna help you find your next.
Yeah,
one."
where are you going to go? Take them off topic. Take them off topic. It's a clever and unique wording. Without a doubt, change it up a little bit. I saw that you took your house off the market, not that the MLS took it off the market, not that the agent took it off the market. It's all that you took it off. Put the power on their side. All right. For an example, your USP should be like Andy Allen's. I don't know who the hell Andy Allen is. He offers a unique service when he states you can trade your home in for another. I love it. You can trade your home in for another. You don't have to go through the hassle of selling it. Whatever floats your boat, you know, and people have their, hey, if we can't sell your home, we'll buy it. I mean, how many times have you seen stuff like that? You know,
Oh my God, it's
so it's
all over the
coming up
place.
with your not gimmick, but your line, your selling proposition. All right, so then they go into another exercise. I hope you guys are doing these exercises. Like I said, it's definitely after this, it's all downhill from there. Select your best value proposition and make it unique. So they're basically saying right off the bat, what's your value proposition? How can I boost that up 10 times? How can I make that better? Think about the unique services that you offer, how you might be able to uniquely phrase what you're doing or some combination. Refer back to the previous steps for the material of who you are. Yeah, if you have to go back to this, go back. Clip out your USP and prepare to use it in future sessions. I remember this too. We actually used to do this, and every single phone call, we used to have to open up. Yeah, this is Mike Fitzpatrick, blah, 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 or finish. And you guys are going to laugh, but guess what my unique value proposition is?
Oh boy.
So my unique value proposition, this is my value. Oh yeah, my unique value proposition was at the end of each conversation, I'm like, look, I'm going to get your house sold because I'm Mike Fitzpatrick. I'm the agent who listens.
Oh, that's cringe.
Liar.
Fraud.
Liar.
My wife already threatened that she would go on Yelp and give me 1 star.
You don't listen. That's
All right, here we go. All right, so we're almost done. Sprinting past the competition. Oh, I gotta get the page. The agent who listens. But I said I was home one. Oh my God. I was home one time. And thank God I had a great customer on the phone. She wound up being a listing appointment. And I'm sitting home, and this is before I sold my house. And this is back, like, I think I just started with Keller Williams. Yeah, we were taking the 36-12-3, but it was called something else back then. I couldn't think of what it was. So I'm sitting there, I'm on the phone, I'm calling the lady, and I got her on the hook. I got her on hook, but I'm not snagging her in. And I was like, look, that's fine. I'll give you a call back, but just remember, I'm Mike Fitzpatrick. I'm gonna get your house sold because I'm the agent who listens. All of a sudden, it's like, what? I'm like, bro, shit. She's laughing her ass off, not just what I said, because she knew my wife was like, that's bullshit. And she's like, how long have you been married? And it changed our whole dialogue.
Oh, yeah. So she actually heard your wife.
Oh,
say
she
that.
heard it.
Oh, wow. That's
laughing.
good.
She
That's
couldn't
awesome.
stop laughing, but that
Yeah.
strengthened our relationship a little bit more. And she knew I was a down-to-earth person and I wasn't reading from a script. And she loved it. She absolutely
great.
loved it. But, some people it can offend. There's plenty of people that I offended, but then I got it back, doing something else.
nothing for Linda.
But yeah, I could tell you some stories. All right. So now you have a foundation now for personal validity, and you are grounded in why you are uniquely qualified to be a real estate professional. You walk through the steps of defining your personal validity. Perhaps you began to stretch yourself a bit when you asked yourself for a testimonial. This is all about your value proposition. So just go through this. And then Mike Ferry, which is a really good trainer, frequently asks students in his workshop, which element of business is most important? Prospecting. This is a good one. All right. So what's more important to you guys? prospecting, presentation, or closing. So the students automatically said prospecting. Mike said, the trainer, he tells them that prospecting isn't the answer. They respond with closing, not the answer either. It's presentation. Until you master that presentation, you're not going to close that prospecting. If you don't know your presentation, you're not going to close that prospecting to get an appointment. And you're not going to have a closing if you don't know your presentation to get your property sold or to get them under contract. And this is why we harp on you guys so much to do the role playing. I know it sounds monotonous, but guys, I'm going to be honest with you. Me personally, I don't think you're ready. You're going to fall. That's good, but you're going to fail forward, but I want you to fail now. I want you to fail right now. So whether you're in front of a client or whether you're in front of us, fail. Look forward to failing, because if you learn from it, you're going to get more listings. You're going to get more appointments. You're going to talk to more people.
I agree.
Okay.
You don't fail the appointment, then you don't make any money.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, let me know when you guys are going to listing appointment.
How many times home run hitters strike out?
I'm gonna schedule my listing appointment right after you guys.
Shit.
So if you don't get the money, I will.
Shit, Ben Simmons can do it. He can do it. All right. With that on closing, I know we finished up real fast on this, but you guys got a lot of activities. So from now until then, please get them done. We're going to pick back up on Friday at 1:00. I'm going to be honest with you guys. If you don't have at least 75% of this done, minimum 75% of this done, don't bother on 2, because what's going to happen is your foundation is not going to be level. And whatever you do after that, it's not going to click. And then it won't click until you do this step the right way. And once you do this the right way, I'm telling you right now, because after you're done this, dude, you're different from every single real estate agent out there, whether they're on our team or what your strength is over Paul, over Jack, over Frank, over me, maybe not over Ken. Ken's up here. But you get where I'm going with this. So go ahead and get out there. And like I said, if you don't think this is it that for you, this class, you're not going to hurt my feelings. But if you want to be a successful agent, this is how we did it. All right. I'll talk to you on Friday. If you guys have any questions, until then, reach out to me or Ken. And I'm probably going to reach out to you. I know some of you got your new contracts. We're still typing them up. We'll get them out to you. And but I'm probably going to be doing a one-on-one with a couple of you. So I just want to touch base. I know Ken's been reaching out to you, but there's a couple questions I have. All right, guys. Anything everybody wants to talk to while you're still being recorded? All right, hold on. Yeah, now let me take the recording off. I don't even see the recording. Where's the recording? Here it is. Stop.